Right, okay, yo, what is going on? And in this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be discussing items that I think should be added to Royale that are actually in Fortnite. I play Royale and Fortnite. I stream Royale, but I don't actually do any. I don't stream Fortnite, but I do play it sometimes. And there's some items on Fortnite that I enjoy playing with, and they're really fun to use and I don't know, just use them in the game. And I wish that the developer of Royale could bring them over, maybe. I don't know, some of the items might not work, but it would be really cool to see. And if you disagree with any of these items, then tell me in the comments. And if you think any other item in Fortnite should be added to Royale, also tell me in the comments. I'll be really interested to know. Okay, so we're just going to jump into this. Here is 10 items that I think should be added to Royale that are added in Fortnite. Okay, so I'm going to start it off with probably the most simplest one, and probably the one that everybody has thought about who's ever played Royale, is editing. I think editing should be added to the game. I mean, it is a huge part of like Fortnite, and it would only make sense if editing was actually in Royale, because it can help in so many situations. And I just think it would just help out a ton, and it would just be so much I feel like it would be more competitive as well if there was editing, so you could like edit doors, you can trap people easier with edits. And I just think, I don't know, I just don't know why it's not being added yet. You would think, if someone to remake Fortnite, there would be editing, because editing's a huge part of Fortnite. And I just think it would be an awesome thing to add. Okay, so another item that I think should be added is the Chug Jug. And if you've never actually played Fortnite, then you probably have no idea what that is. Pretty much what it is, it's an extra like potion, slot that you can pick up in game. It is a legendary item. And what it is it can regen you to full health and full shield. But the downside is it takes 15 seconds to drink. So it's, it's a good, I think it's very balanced in Fortnite. I think it is a good item to have. So if you think about it in a scenario, it's, if you're in a battle, you can't exactly just drink it because it takes 15 seconds. So it's like a good item to have after you've just had an epic battle. And it's like kind of like a reward item. And there's nothing more satisfying than drinking a Chug Jug when you've got 1 HP, because then you'll go back to 100 shield and 100 HP. And it's generally just, I think, a really good item. And I think they implemented it very, very well. And I think it is very balanced because of the 15-second time. And I would love to see the Chug Jug in the game. And I can definitely see this being one of the items that the developer of Royale can actually add. Because I don't think it would be that complicated to add, and I think it's a good aspect to the game. Right, okay, so pretty much another item that I would like to see added, which I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this, is the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher, it's a grenade launcher. You shoot rockets at a lot faster rate of a rocket launcher. And the thing is with a grenade launcher is it shoots out grenades, so you can't exactly know when the grenade's about to go off. So you have to like aim it up and time it perfectly when the grenades land. And the thing is I kind of thought like this would be insanely OP on Royale, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not. Then I kind of thought about it, and then I realized in Royale you don't really get as many rockets as you would in Fortnite. So it kind of evens out a bit. But this is an item that would probably a lot of people would hate, and I don't know, I can kind of see it working, but I can kind of see it not working, especially because people can grenade launcher spam, and because there's a tiny bit of lag on Royale when you build, it would probably be a bit too overpowerful. But I don't know, maybe the developer could tweak it a bit, make it a bit less less as overpowered. And maybe it could be added. I don't know. Maybe not. This is probably one of the most unlikely ones to go to be added, because the rocket launcher is already in the game, and a lot of people already hate the rocket launcher. So if they're gonna hate the rocket launcher, they're definitely gonna hate the grenade launcher. But it would be pretty fun to use in Royale. Okay, so here's one of my most favorite items ever in Battle Royale. On Fortnite Battle Royale, and it is the launch pad. I think this is probably one of the most epic, items in Fortnite, and I think if they added this to Royale, it would be so fun to be able to bounce pad around the map or launch pad around the map. I don't know. I mean, it's the launch pad. If you've never played Fortnite, what the launch pad is you jump on the launch pad and then it shoots you up on like a little trampoline, and then your glider spawns out, and then you can glide down. So a big trampoline, it shoots you up in the air, and then you glide down, and then you can glide anywhere. It's unlimited uses until someone shoots it out, and I think it's a good way to, you know, escape the storm. It's a good way to like get out of situations that you might die in. It's a good way to flank people. I definitely think adding this will bring more competitive to it as well, because there'll be a lot more strategies. Because you can use a launch pad for pretty much anything. I mean, mainly, you know, to flank people to get away from the storm. It is quite a lifesaver a few times on Fortnite, I've noticed, and I really want this item added to Island Rail. I think it's amazing. So the next item is going to be the trap, and I already see people, you know, mainly streamers actually, going for, you know, trapping people in boxes. But I think what a better way to be able to trap them in the box and then place a trap in there. I think it'll just make it even more funnier. A trap is, I mean, it's a good item. If you don't know what the trap is on Fortnite, pretty much you place it on the wall, and there's big spikes. And then after a certain amount of seconds of someone being in the spikes, it shoots out the wall, and it, you know, does a lot of damage to people. I'm pretty sure it's a one hit if they have no shield. So you can have a time to escape if you've got shield. But if you have no shield, I'm pretty sure it's just a one hit. And it's just a fun item to have, you know, trying to go for trap kills. You can use it competitively. You know, you can place it in houses where you think people are going to go. You can run into a house and then quickly place a trap above the door, and then when people come in, they'll die to the trap, which would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, the trap is also in Fortnite, and I think it would be a good addition to Island Rail. But also, again, I think it could be a bit of annoying. I don't really know, going into every building and getting trapped every time. I don't know. There's nothing worse than being, you know, killed by a trap on Fortnite. So on Island Royale, it'd be kind of annoying. Right, so next on the list is going to be the golf cart, and it doesn't actually have to be the golf cart. It can be any sort of, you know, transport. Like on Fortnite, they have the shopping trolley you can go around on, which can carry 2 people, and they also have the new golf cart that they recently added, which is also pretty good. So the golf cart, the shopping trolley, the shopping trolley can carry 2 people, which is good for duos, and the golf cart, it can carry 4 people, so that's good for squads. So there's 2 sorts of transport for either squads or duos, and obviously you can either use whichever one if you want to play solos. And I just think adding transport like that would be quite a fun thing to have. You know, imagine seeing someone going down with a golf cart and then, you know, sniping them. I don't know, it's a pretty cool thing in Fortnite. I'm not quite sure if it would work in Island Rail or not, but I don't know, people are gonna have to tell me in the comments if they think, you know, transport like a golf cart or a shopping trolley would be a good idea. I think it would be, you know, quite a fun thing to add, and it would be quite hilarious to see people driving around. Okay, so this item is actually very recent to the game, I'm pretty sure. Recent to Fortnite, and it is called Riff To Go. So what it is it's like a little, you know, like a snow globe thing, and in Fortnite you shake it and you spawn up in the air, and you get, you know, you spawn up in the air and then you can glide down. It's very good for situations. It's not like the launch, it's a bit better than the launch pad, because with a launch pad you've actually got to place a floor and then place it down. But with a Riff To Go, it's just instant, you can get out of there. And one of the best things about Riff To Go's is you don't have to be outside. You can actually be in a building with a roof above you, and it will teleport you up in the air, and then you can riff down out of situations. It's a very good way to, you know, get out of there if you get too low by somebody. And I mean, really, it's a lot better than the launch pad when you think about it. But the launch pad, you can have unlimited uses. The Riff To Go, you only have it once. So, you know, and also with the Riff To Go, as I said, you can use it inside. The launch pad, you can't. So, you know, it's, yeah, you know, you can choose whichever one you prefer. But the Riff To Go is a fun item and a good item to have in the game. Right, so the next item is an impulse grenade. Impulse grenades are, you know, I mean, impulse grenades, they're not really, you know, you don't really need them, but I think it brings a fun aspect to the game that a lot of items, you know, kind of don't. So what an impulse grenade is, if you've never played Fortnite, is you place it on the floor and it kind of explodes, and it kind of sends you up in the air. This time you don't glide down; it just sends you up in the air, like, I don't know, like 3 meters probably, and it's a good thing to do like trick shots with, or catch up to people. It's a good way to get out of the storm because it launches you forward. It's not really needed, but it can bring like a cool, you know, aspect to the game. It's good for like trick shots and things, and also one of the coolest things I've found with it is, because you can send you can send yourself, if you're right next to the storm, you can actually place it down and you can launch someone else back into the storm. That's a pretty good troll. So yeah, this item is mainly just for like trolls, but it is quite funny to see, and to see people using it. I just think it would be a good item to add. Right, the next item I would love to see is going to have to be the Grappler. Grappler, I'm pretty sure, is very new to Fortnite. It's very new to me. I went on the other day and I got a Grappler gun. The Grappler gun, it's a fun gun to use. If you don't know what it is, pretty much it's like you know, you get like a gun, and it's got like a plunger on it, and you can stick it to like a tree or to a wall, and it will bring you forward. It will grab you. You know, it's like a Spider-Man like meme thing that everyone keeps calling it. And you know, I mean, you grapple to different places. You can pretty much be Spider-Man with this thing. It's a good way to escape situations. It's a good thing to climb mountains with, and it's just a fun item to have in the game. You know, it can help you out a ton, and also it's a lot of fun to use. Okay, so the final item is going to be the Boogie Bomb, and the Boogie Bomb is definitely one of the funniest things in Fortnite. I think it's a great aspect to the game. If you don't know what it is and you haven't played Fortnite, what you do is, you know, you throw the Boogie Bomb. It's going to sound ridiculous, but you throw a Boogie Bomb at somebody, and they dance. And pretty much what it is they dance uncontrollably. So they have no control over their, like, they have no control over their weapons. They can't pull out a gun because they're too busy dancing. And I think a Boogie Bomb lasts for about 5 seconds if you hit them perfectly. So you got to think, you know, you throw the Boogie Bomb, and if it lands on them perfectly, they'll be dancing for 5 seconds, and there's nothing they can do. So they can't pull out a gun and shoot you. And it's a really good way to kind of get a, you know, cheat, you know, like kind of like cheeky kill, because you've just Boogie Bombed someone, and then you can just go and push them with a shotgun. But yeah, I think that would be such a good item to add, and it would be so funny to see people getting Boogie Bombed. Right, so anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you want more types of videos like this, then I guess I could do more if it gets a lot of support. If you disagree with anything I said in this video, make sure to tell me in the description. No, not in the description, in the comment section. I'll be very happy to read your comments about if you do disagree with something. It'll be very interesting to know what people want or what people don't want. Because at the end of the day, the developer of this game, Royale, will add stuff that the community wants. Not just because they're fun or whatever. It's just because, you know, whatever the community wants, I guess he'll add. So, I mean, there's a lot of items that I could definitely see in the game. There's some items on this list that I could probably see not being added to the game. But yeah, I mean, you know, this video is just me seeing the items that are not in Royale, but are actually in Fortnite, and items that I find fun using. So hopefully some of these items can be used, or added, and hopefully you've enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a like, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.